Welcome to the craft room. I'm really glad you're here. So this video is going to be a little bit different today because we're not actually going to make anything. I just wanted to pop in and introduce myself. I realized at the beginning of this, I just started posting videos and then that was kind of it. And so I think I do talk a little bit about myself as we make these blocks, but I thought since we've kind of grown in the past week or so, that Blooming Love block has been an absolute hit, and it has been so fun to watch that process of that just kind of grow and grow. So if that's what brought you here, I am so glad to have you. It's one of my favorite blocks as well. So you all have great taste. I love that block, especially in those fall colors. Like it's just, you can't miss. But I just thought I would introduce myself a little bit and just kind of tell you a little bit about myself. My name is Kate. Hi, nice to meet you. I love to quilt. I've probably been seriously quilting for probably about 5 years now. I've done some other stuff in the past when my kids were much younger. But that's kind of a hard thing to do when you've got littles running around. So quilting is a really great creative outlet for me. I'm really grateful for the opportunity that I have to have this dedicated craft space where I'm able to have all of these pretty fabrics and have this big old project board where I can display what I'm working on. I started really getting into quilting actually for therapeutic reasons, truthfully. We were just going through a really hard time, and sometimes being a parent is hard. Okay, can I just say that? Sometimes it's really hard and we struggle and it's a day-to-day thing, right? That was kind of when I was really looking for some creative outlet. I actually used to hand letter and hand paint signs. I did that for a while actually. And it kind of hit a point where I just thought, this is not sustainable anymore. And so that's when I really leaned into quilting, and it has been so wonderful for me. And it's just been good to calm my brain when I feel frazzled, right? And I like the repetition of a lot of things. So it's able to, kind of let you go a little bit brainless and kind of relax. So my husband is an engineer, so he's very logical, very black and white, which is perfect, because I am very emotional. I'm just a really empathetic person, and sometimes that is my greatest strength and my greatest weakness, right? So I'm really grateful for him because he is so supportive of this whole thing, and he regularly reminds me about what getting in this room and being creative and working on a project does for my brain that he is able even to see on his own. So super grateful for him, super grateful for his support. I have 4 kids. They're all school age now. I've got older kids. But this has been a really fun process because I think they get just as excited about a new subscriber or a new order as much as I do. So it's been really cool that this is like a whole family thing, and I have like my own like little cheering squad. It's really fun, and I'm really grateful for the opportunity that I have to do this alongside with them. I actually have a list down here so that I say all the things that I need to say. So if you see me like looking down, I'm just following my own notes here, okay? So that's a little bit about me. This has been really good for my brain. And so now I feel like we're at this point of this process where I don't really need quilting for therapeutic reasons so much. But now I just enjoy it, and it's so fun. It is fun, except for when that seam ripper pops up and I'm like, I need you again. That's all right. It's all part of the process, right? So, that's a little bit about me. Like I said, as we continue to watch these videos, I'm sure I'll share more. But let's talk about YouTube. Okay, so YouTube, obviously where we're at right now, has been huge for me. This has been so fun, especially with that Blooming Love block. I mean, that thing just exploded, and that was so fun to watch. And I'm just so grateful. At the beginning of all of my videos, I say, I'm so glad you're here. And I genuinely mean that. Maybe it feels a little robotic at this point, but I mean that with every ounce of my being. I'm so glad you're here. Quilting is such an awesome community, and there's so many creative people and talented people out there, and I am just so glad to be a part of it. So thank you for helping me grow, and thank you for helping me get out there a little bit more. Also huge about growing is I am a fabric hoarder. I've admitted it. I love cute things, and sometimes I use those cute things, but most of them I just don't touch because it's just too pretty. It's just too pretty. So I'm new to the quilt shop game, not new to the fabric hoarding game. But what's really fun about actually having a quilt shop where I'm able to sell fabrics is that I can get more fabric in here, maybe stuff that I haven't seen in my local quilt shops. And it's been really fun. I love shopping on those websites, and I think, okay, don't go overboard. You have to sell fabric to buy fabric. Okay, only a couple. So the self-restraint, I'm getting really good at that skill. So, but I'm really glad that you're helping me grow, because the more fabric I get out of here, the more that I can pull in, and it just satisfies so many things for me. So does that sound selfish? Yeah, a little bit. But it really is fun to keep finding fabrics and to see what you guys like as well. I tend to go a little bit more brighter, a little bit more prominent colors. I know it's not for everyone, but it's for me. So I love color. I'm not afraid of color. I don't shy away from it. Okay, so social. I had this idea. There've been a couple of comments here on YouTube and messages with orders that I've received. Did I say I'm on Etsy? I should have said that. My shop is on Etsy. Well, I'll put the link below. I'll talk about that in a second. But you're able to leave me a message when you place an order. And in those messages and the comments here on YouTube, there's been a lot of, oh, I am using this for this project. I'm so excited. This is the perfect fabric for it. Or I watched your tutorial and now I'm getting this fabric and I can't wait to do it, right? And so those are the best messages and comments to receive. I love that. And I will comment back to you every time, I promise. I just love chatting with you guys, but that's what kind of like sparked this idea. So literally today, I signed up for an email account just for quilting, okay? But I thought, if you've bought fabric for a project you're working on, I would love to see what you've done with it. Or if you've done a block that we've made a video for, I would love to see what you've done. And if you've got a totally different project that you're working on, but you're like, hey, this would be a good block for you to make a video of, send it. I would love, absolutely, genuinely love to see what you're working on and to see if we can do it together. So I think it's really great that this is one of those hobbies. Age is irrelevant. It doesn't matter how old or how young you are. Quilting is awesome. And there's so many people that are interested in it, and there's so many different styles that there's so much to discuss, and there's so much community. So I had the idea, I'm gonna set up this email. If you wanna reach out to me, please feel free. I would love to. Again, I'll put it down in the description. This description is gonna be plumb full of links. But I just thought, I would love to be able to support you in whatever you're doing. So this isn't you signing up for a newsletter. I'm not gonna send you any emails or like spam or anything like that. This is literally just me supporting you and seeing what you're working on. Because I think that is probably one of the biggest parts that I enjoy about this, is seeing other people's reactions to what I've created, or being able to support others in what they've created. I love that. I love that part. So, show me what you're working on. I want to know. I want to know. I am on Instagram and also Facebook. I know that that's not everyone's cup of tea, which is a-okay. That's kind of the big push for that email. But on Instagram, I show like little clips or like little pictures of projects that I'm working on, or maybe a new fabric bundle that I've created or something. I make a lot of bundles. I am finding that my favorite part about owning a quilt shop is putting fabric together. I don't know what it is, but it's so satisfying for my brain. So I just kind of share like little day-to-day things where these videos are just a little bit more deliberate. But you can follow me on there, and you can comment and message on there. And again, I'll get back to you. I promise. I promise. Future projects. Okay, so now we get to talk about this cutie that I've been leaning on. This is one of the first quilts that I made. And as I was thinking, hey, this is a nice, like, easy beginner pattern. Let me go find this pattern. And that was kind of when my husband said, he goes, I'm pretty sure you just made that up. And he was right. So he and I are actually sitting down to create that pattern. But I thought that this would be a great kind of step. This is a branch out for me, okay? I'll be honest with you. I'll admit that. I have no shame. This is a branch out for me. This is kind of like a risk, okay? But I thought, what if I make a quilt kit? And I can create the pattern myself. I know that always doesn't work out. But then we can send off these quilt kits. So I'm going to show you this one. Super simple, but super cute, right? I just love that. And so I love the orange. I absolutely love the orange, but probably because I love this backing fabric more. There's so many threads popping out of this. This is such a loved blanket. I actually had to go steal this off my daughter's bed. So I love that the back is totally bold, totally fun, totally busy. And then you've got this nice, cute, more subtle front. But I was afraid that if I picked a bold color like this orange, then we wouldn't get as much traction. So I've gone with different colors. So the darker is a tan, the lighter is kind of an oatmeal, and then this will stay the same where it's kind of an ivory. And those are the colors that I've picked. And the backing is tan and teal florals. So I've ordered it. I'm waiting for it to arrive. So it's not a secret. I'm not like hiding it from you. I just don't actually have it yet. But that is something that I would like to do. And if that goes well, if that goes well, then we can either try different colors or try doing quilt kits for different patterns. So again, this is kind of a branch out for me, but something I'm really looking forward to, and I'm really excited to get to share with you. And so now that's kind of like a nice natural segue. I have reached out to a couple of pattern makers because I want to be able to make a block and give you that pattern. So I've tried to make an effort when I post a block to either a link to that pattern. Some of them are free, some of them are not, but at least give you the link to that pattern so that if you really do want to make it, we can, right? But one that reached back out to me and I was so excited about is pen and paper pattern. So I've actually already done the tutorial on this one. Do you remember these flowers? So I've done the tutorial on this one already. But they reached out, and so now I can get these to have in my shop so that you can have them. You can order fabric and patterns all in one go. And I'm really excited about that because I own several of their patterns. So I've been a fan for quite some time. And so it was really cool that they're like, yeah, absolutely. So I'm just going to show you a couple of them. I bought 3 designs. So we've got the folk blooms. And this is literally what you're gonna get. This is the physical copy of these patterns. So I've got Folk Blooms that's coming, and I've got these sparrows. So this is something that I've just downloaded, but it'll come in a booklet like this for you guys. Such a cute pattern. I love this one. Those little birds are so cute. And this is an older one. And there are so many beautiful variations of this specific quilt. Like, it's really hard. If you're looking for inspiration on what colors to use, it's actually really hard to pick just like one inspiration photo because there are so many beautiful variations of that. But that's one I love. And then the third one that I got from them is called Buttons. So I don't personally own it, but it is so cute and I think it would be very pretty. So we've got kind of a floral, we've got the birds, and then we'll have the sewing notions or the buttons. So I'm really excited for those to come in the mail. It shipped, so any day now. I'm very excited. But they have so many cute patterns in here. This one's called Pine Berry. It's like strawberries with little white strawberry flowers in there. So sweet. So I'm really excited for that opportunity to work with them. And this one's super cute too, the Best Buds. I haven't made this one yet because I'm waiting for the perfect fabric. I don't know what that perfect fabric is, but when I see it, I'll know it. Do you do that too? I've got that pattern, and when I find the perfect fabric for it. So that's another big thing that's coming, another nice branch out for us. So I say us because this is for sure a family affair. Like we've got everyone on board for this one. So I'm trying to think. I'm gonna look at my notes. So we talked about our quilt kit. We talked about our patterns coming. And hopefully we'll have more pattern options in the future. Still communicating with others. We talked about the email, talked about social media. Okay, we did it. We made it through that list. Whew, we did it. So next time we'll be creating a block. Oh, that just made me think. I do kind of have a schedule here for YouTube videos. So this one will be totally out of left field and breaking my schedule. So this one does not qualify. So I tried to do the Stars for Carter quilts on Thursdays. So we're on episode 5 right now, and there are 8 episodes of that one. So we've got a couple more weeks or a few more weeks of the Stars for Carter quilts. So those were all pre-recorded, and I've just spaced them out to give me time to work on other things. And so I hope to find another quilt top like that Stars for Carter, where each of the blocks are a little bit different so that we can work together on something. So I don't mind doing the blocks. This is the Agnes block. This actually just came out today. I did a video on this one. We can keep doing these together, but when it's the same block repeated, it's not very exciting. So I'm really actively looking for another quilt top like that so that we can do the different blocks and kind of watch it come together. It's actually right here behind me, the Stars for Carter quilt. I have loved putting that one together. So I'm actively searching for another one so that we can do that again. I haven't found one yet that I absolutely love, but it'll come up. It'll come up. I'll find it. And then the other thing was, Mondays are every other video. So Thursdays are Stars for Carter. Monday is whatever block I'm working on at the time. So that's kind of what schedule I've got going right now. And then I do the shorts when I remember. I'm really good at getting them on Instagram and Facebook, but not onto YouTube. So I'll work on that. I'll be better. So YouTube is great for these videos. Instagram is great for day-to-day. So if you're interested, I would love to have you more than one place. So I really do think that's all now. That actually wasn't on my list, but I felt like it was a good thing to share. So Okay, well, let's stay in touch. I'd love to hear what you think. I'd love to hear about what ideas you've got or what you're working on. I just think this is a really great community, and there are so many talented people out there. And if we can just talk to each other and support each other, then this makes this that much more fun. So, okay, well, until next time, your next video will be a Stars for Carter on Thursday. So we'll see you then. Bye.